The first question I have is from Marari, and she wants to know where I got the idea for the host from, which is a good question since we're here about the host. The host was not a dream. I get a lot of people ask me, do you have a dream for every book you write? And if I was waiting around for a dream, I would have written one book, and I would have been done. The host did not come from a dream. Once I understood that if I wrote my stories down, people would like them, that was really encouraging. And so the host, it was just an idea I had while I was taking a really long car trip with my 3 little boys watching a movie, so they wouldn't even talk to me, and I was bored out of my mind. And I was driving through the desert, so I guess it's, that's why the story is set so much in the desert. I mean, that's where I'm from, that's who I am. I'm a desert dweller. So that really was an interesting chance to kind of explain what that life was like to myself and other people. And so the host was the product of driving through the desert, which if you don't have a good story to tell yourself, you're in trouble. Shannon Hensley wants to know, will you continue to pursue writing in the adult novel genre after writing the host? That's a good question. When I write a book, I never think, let's see, what's a good demographic? Should I choose 10-year-old boys to write for this time? What would be a good story that they would like? That's not how I work. I have a story, I write it down, I enjoy the process immensely, and then my agent said, I think this is an adult novel. It's like, oh, okay, sure, whatever you say. I don't worry about other people when I write. The last thing on my mind, I saw another question here that was similar. What if I have a story idea and I know my fans are going to get upset by it? I think that was a New Moon reference. I love you guys, but when I write for me, and I think that's the best way I write. If I was trying to make everyone happy, it would be impossible, because I see things online. If Stephenie does this in book 4, I'm burning the book. I get on there and I read that stuff, so I'm watching. And then there's another comment from someone else that says the exact opposite. If Stephenie doesn't do this, I'm going to burn the book. So you see, it's really a no-win. If I was trying to please everyone, it would be impossible. All I have to please is myself, and I found that when I really enjoy a story, other people do too, and I plan to continue writing that way. This question is from Mary. She says, which host characters do you relate to the most? Did you give any of them your quirks? To an extent, I did. I have my 2 main characters, Wanderer and Melanie, and both of them have a negative aspect of my personality, and both of them have a positive aspect that I wish I had. So Melanie can be kind of ruthless, and she gets in bad moods sometimes, and she can be pretty hardcore. But she's also immensely strong, emotionally and physically, which is what I wish I had. And then Wanderer is like perfectly compassionate. She always has the right instinct. She always wants to be kind. But then she can be kind of a coward too, which is more like I am. So I did put in them, there was some exploration of who I am and also who I wanted to be. None of the other characters really have any connection, they're just imaginary, except a little bit Doc. He's a lot like my brother who is studying to be an eye doctor right now. He got to sneak in there a little bit. Okay, this was a fun question. This is from Shelley. If they made the host into a movie, who would your ideal actors be to play the main role? And I love to cast things in my head. When I read books, not just my own, but anybody's books, I think, ooh, this should be Daniel Day-Lewis. So with the host, I have thought about this, but this is also really difficult because can you imagine an actress portraying the Wanderer Melanie relationship on screen? I mean, she would look like Gollum. Unless some really genius writer comes up with a great way to make that work visually, I don't know if it's possible, but if it were, I think a really, really cool Jared would be Matt Damon. And then my favorite Ian at the moment is James McAvoy. My really shtick moment. All right. She says, this is from Terry. She says, I love your playlist, but you have one for the host too. And I'm so embarrassed because I do have one for the host, and I should have sent it to my brother to have him host it when the host came out. Totally spaced it getting ready for the tour. So when I get home this next week, in between touring legs, I'm hoping that I can remember to get that out. I do like sharing music. It's one of the things I really enjoy. Okay, this one's great. This is from Becky. She says, have you personally been involved in a love triangle? Good question. but I was the only one who knew about it. When I was in college, you know, I don't know. So I had these two boyfriends. They didn't know about each other. I was that. Someone who remained unnamed who was actually free. All right, I had fun in college. All right. This is from Andrea. How did you react to the Time 100 list? So I don't know. I assume people who read online know this. I got to be picked as one of the most influential people in the world by Time Magazine. I did want to tell you how dedicated I am to you guys. Last night, I could have been at a party in New York with George Clooney and Robert Downey Jr. And I had an event in Kansas City, and I had this event today, and so I was like, you know what, I already have sold tickets. I can't cancel one of them. My husband is slowly trying to figure out what dress to wear, so it's probably good. All right, this question is from Cheryl. She wants to know how I feel about the impact I've made with my over 25 group, my Twilight moms. Twilight moms are everywhere. You know, the cool thing about my over 25 fans is that when I started writing, like I said before, the host, I didn't write YA on purpose. I wrote a story for me, and it was even more specifically for me at that time because I had no intention of ever letting anybody read it. So when I was 29, so Twilight really was for me at 29. And so it doesn't surprise me when people who are in the same age bracket as me enjoy it, because we all went to high school. We all remember, as I've often said, those scars sadly do not go away. So I really enjoy my mom fans because, and you know, in fact, there's something I've gotten a lot of flack for on the internet, and I'm going to steal a minute and explain it. I once did say on Twilight Moms that people who have kids give Twilight the way it was meant to be gotten. And I got a little bit of flack on that, because people are like, what are you saying, I don't get Twilight? No, what I'm saying is that people who have kids get Twilight the way I get it. And as the writer, I think I'm allowed to say that that's the way it's meant to be gotten. I do think there's a little bit extra you get from my novels when you've had the experience of being a mom. There's just that extra layer. And even in Twilight, it's almost the relationship you have to develop. If you have a kid, you can understand why you kind of shake her now and then. What are you doing dating a vampire? Anyway, it's just a little bit different reading on it. All right.